Happy Father's Day, George Crocker. So George is down at his mom's today, and I wanted to just give a shout out to him for being a great dad. And actually, this was Jason's idea. Jason thought it would be great for me to do this for Dad, and that's just what I'm doing. So I'm going to wish him a happy Father's Day, and I'm going to show you some pictures of him with his children as they were growing up. And that was no easy task looking for pictures because we have lots and lots and lots of albums. And when I was looking, I found some pictures of Jason and Jared and Dad to start with. But then when I went back to look at Matt's baby pictures, it's the old albums that we had that you would peel back the plastic. And some of the plastic wouldn't even peel back because Matt just turned 37 years old. They've been in that album a long time, and I couldn't get the pictures to come out. So the first picture I'm going to show you is George and Matt was probably about 18 months old here. George was so excited when Matt was born. He wanted a boy, and he sure got one, and he bonded with Matt. Here's another little picture of Matt with Dad. Matt sucking his little thumb. You can also see George's hairstyles through the years. And this is a picture of George and Matt. What is that on his ears? Nothing, it's his hair. Matt was a happy little baby, and he loves his dad. Loved his dad when he was little, and he still does. And this is a picture of George bathing, I believe this is Jason, in the little bathtub. We'd put it up on our kitchen bar. And here is George holding Jason and Jared. Or, no, that's Matt. George, that's Matt. And that's either Jason or Jared, I'm not sure. If y'all are new to this channel, y'all don't realize that I can't see. I'm not totally blind. I have low vision, and so I want to make sure I get the people right. I know this is George holding Jason and Jared when they were newborns. Yes, we had our hands full. This is George and Matt on Easter. And this is George and Jason or Jared, not sure which. I know you're catching some glare, but you get the drift. And both twins. George looked different then, didn't he? This is Jason, and that's Jared. Dad and all of his boys. Wow, Dad, you look different with your hair like that. And Dad was also their barber when they got old enough to get their hair cut. Dad cut their hair. For one brief minute, we did go to a local barber shop, but the boys did not like it. They liked for their dad to give them haircuts. So This is Jared and Dad. Oh, it's going to have a lot of glare. I'm so sorry about the glare. If I try to peel them off of those things, they're just stuck. So you have to put up with the glare. And this is Jason and his dad. Oh, I'm so sorry about the glare, folks. This is Dad helping Matt at the table. Dad and his 3 little angels. I'm sorry about the glare. Oh. And then Dad teaching Jason how to drive. Dad teaching Jared how to drive. And Matt, who already knew how. And this is Dad and his boys hunting. And this is them when, let's see if I can get this out of here. It's probably going to glare bad. They still glare bad. And George always was involved in their baseball. They played baseball, you know, from t-ball up, and I just was not able to locate any of those pictures in a reasonable amount of time. But that's all the pictures I have to show right now. We have zillions of them, but George was a really good dad, still is a really good dad. There was a time in our life when George had a job that did not pay much, but he worked from 8 to 4 and was home weekends. This is before he became a police officer. And it was wonderful. He'd come home and we would have an early supper, and then we'd go out in the backyard and we'd all 5 play. And then when we got through playing, I would say to George, okay, do you want kitchen duty or do you want bath duty? And so he either made up his mind if he wanted to load the dishwasher or if he wanted to put boys in the tub and bathe them. But when we first got married, I knew nothing about children. When we first got married, I knew nothing about anything. I didn't even know how to boil water. And George knew how to cook a little bit. He had lived on his own. And remember, I was coming from Mommy's house, so I didn't know how to do anything. And he, you know, stuck it out with me. And then when Matt was born, I had no clue what to do with the child. I had never babysat before. I knew nothing. And he had lived with his brother and his wife, and they had 2 daughters, and he had helped take care of them when they were young and babies. So he knew how to change a diaper and etc. So he taught me how. And he was just an excellent father. I don't need to keep saying was. I'm just looking back on all the old pictures. And, you know, then he became a police officer and everything changed. He worked shift work, nights and 12-hour shifts and weekends and all kind of things. And I know it was harder on him than it was on me. He said in a video the other day, made a comment that I had to pick up the slack while he was working, and I enjoyed the slack. And I know that it hurt him more than it hurt me or his boys that he wasn't there, because he did miss out on a lot. But he did it for the right reasons. You know, he was trying to have a profession that would carry him through, and give him a retirement and things like that. And George loves his sons. He loves his country. And he's a good man. And so, honey, I just want to tell you, Happy Father's Day to the best dad out there. I love you very much, and your boys do too. So, Happy Father's Day, George Crocker.